All right, hello wine drinking people. We are back, and we've got some great wines from Willamette Valley Vineyards. One of the pioneers of the Willamette Valley, Jim Burnau, has been in town at least once over the last couple of years each year, and we've gotten to see him luckily enough. And these 2008's a spectacular vintage for Oregon. Kind of a cross between '07 and '06. You know, '07, those 6 the wines were big and rich, kind of over the top, more California-esque. '07, really on the savory side and a little light. These 08's the perfect balance of both savory and sweet. Really nice vintage, and as I mentioned before, Jim, one of the pioneers of the Willamette Valley. They recently merged with Tualatin Vineyards, and they have got a great selection of their own vineyard sites, as well as they purchase fruit from select vineyards throughout the Willamette for some of their entry-level wines. We started out with a whole cluster Pinot Noir, and this wine is, they use carbonic maceration to make this wine, and this tends to give wine a really lovely, kind of forward and fruity flavor, a little bubblegum kind of character. And you know, this wine really light and fruity, but a really pleasant wine and really easy drinking Pinot. If you like that kind of thing, you know, a really good value on this wine, also at under 20 bucks. All right, the Willamette Valley Vineyards Pinot Noir. This is not their estate, but they do use, you know, some purchased fruit in this. That's kind of the difference between the estate and this. Well, and the price, get some lovely raspberry, flesh floral nuance with a touch of spice on the nose there. Really forward wine here with a little bit of earth and spice on the finish, but a really easy drinking wine. Maybe a little bit of that rustic old world, but no question about the origin of this wine. A really good little Pinot at that price. All right, coming up next, the estate. This is always one of my favorite Pinots from Willamette Valley Vineyards. As I mentioned before, that in addition to their estate vineyards, they do buy fruit, but this is all from their estate, and some really good stuff. Some of the best lots go into this wine. Red cherry, fresh flowers, along with a good bit of that oriental spice and earth on the nose. Lovely fruit-forward wine, but serious at the same time. You know, it has a nice acidity, nice balance, and a nice length on the finish. Excellent juice. All right, the Pinot Noir Best Block may not be available in this market yet, but outstanding juice. This was my pick for wine of the night in this grouping, and we tasted these wines at another tasting at Cafe Max. We actually had our German-Austrian tasting, and 4 people showed up. You know, I try to cover all the bases, but I mean, I take one for the team a lot here. German and Austria, an exciting white wine, even some exciting reds, but still not very well known. So thanks, John. He from Premier. He was in the Cafe Max that night, and he had all these wines in the bag. So in addition to tasting those 8 wines from German Austria, the people that attended that tasting got to taste 8 wines from Willamette Valley Vineyards. What incredible value. And Ali just kept sending out food. One of the greatest tastings we've done for a Wednesday night event all year. All right, back to the wines of Best Block. This wine, definitely the best wine. Like I said, a little more concentrated, rich, a little bit of kind of leather and spice showing in the nose there, some oriental spice, some dark cherry fruit, really silky and velvety on the tongue, and just seemed to resonate those spice and earth nuances through the finish there. Really long and complex. Excellent juice. I think this wine is around $50 a bottle. All right, like so many times in Europe, they'll finish with the whites and the Riesling from Willamette Valley. Really nice, a little petrol note there to the peach and lime citrus fruit, notes of floral perfume there as well. A little bit sweet, but nice balanced acidity showing through. A really nice, easy drinking Riesling for $17 a bottle. A nice little value. Tualatin, as I mentioned before, this winery merged with Willamette Valley Vineyards, and they were known for their Moscato. Really nice green apple and peach-like fruit on the nose here with white flowers. A really appealing bouquet, kind of the soda pop of all wines, and really light, fresh finish. That nice perfume note also at the end. Really nice little Moscato from Oregon. And then the Willamette Valley Vineyards Pinot Gris. This is what they're known for in terms of white wines in Oregon. I don't know why they can't make very good Chardonnay, or most people don't, I should say. But Pinot Gris, they tend to do very well with. A lovely Asian pear, lemon, citrus fruit. Nice richness and concentration on the palate, with some nice chalky kind of minerally nuances showing up on the finish. A really nice balanced version of this Pinot Gris. All right, coming up next, we have some unique wines from Val de Pusa from the Marques de Grignon.